Stephanie is a beautiful young lady.
She is. If you can turn around, actually, there's a camera, so you can wave. We have a little bit of video we posted.
I don't think our listeners are catching all of that.
They're not. They can't see, but catch the site. If you go on the site next week for www.chickaboom.com, you'll be able to take a little peek at how beautiful Stephanie is.
And what's the story on the Christian tie-in, though?
Well, what it is that a lot of events and things like that, it's all over the place. And I am a Christian, so I base it off of that, my belief and everything. However, it is something where I welcome everybody. It's not something I'm saying, okay, you're not welcome, but that is just what I stand on. That's the foundation of the event itself, though.
Do you say that because you limit kind of the types of entertainment that you may do on a girls' night out?
Yes, I guess that's where we'll be. You won't see any strippers come in if that's what you're asking. Yeah, there won't be any strippers.
I was asking generically,
right?
And you answered me specifically.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's pretty much the tie-in.
So you said, I know before you said that you were bored and that's how you got into doing this, but something struck my attention.
Okay.
About when I was getting to know you before we had you on the show, and you talked about how you thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I have to do something. And you thought about your childhood. And there's something I have to say I agree with when folks don't know what to do with themselves, especially artists and entertainers. You think back from when you were a child and what you did in front of your parents or in front of your friends, and maybe it was make-believe, maybe it was dressing up a dollhouse, maybe it was my aunt. She used to go to this junkyard with my grandfather and would pick up little pieces of old medical equipment and make little medical boxes. Now she's got a huge medical supply company, but she thought the same thing.
Wow.
So I understand you have a little story as a child that kind of made you think back to what did I really enjoy as a child, like innocently and really, really all myself enjoy as a child, to put, I guess, to kind of implement into what I want to do now. I'd be happy with that.
So, I guess you're talking about understanding my parents? Is that where
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing, and I didn't understand it at that time. But when I was younger, I used to make, be it Christmas time or whatever, because just, again, being bored, I would write out. I love to write, so I would take these little regular pieces of paper, and I would make a program and everything, and I would say, this is starring Stephanie Dawkins, featuring Stephanie Dawkins, written by Stephanie Dawkins. And then my sister, she's 2 years younger than me, Ashley, I would say, Ashley, okay, now you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. And so I take the pieces of paper, they be folded, and I give them to both my mom and dad, and I say, now sit down. And so I would do everything that's on the list to do and on the program, and my parents, they've always been so supportive of me and all my nonsense, but they would sit there and they would just clap and laugh and say, look how bossy she is. And it was the funniest thing, and my sister would do whatever I told her to do. I love having a younger sister, but it was just the best. And so now I look back on what I'm doing at these events and everything, and I think about, when I was younger, I'm like, it's all been,
it's the same thing.
It's just been here.
And you're obviously having fun doing this.
Love it. Love it.
So. There's a lesson here, and that one of the things that always impresses me is how people find a way to express themselves or find a business.
Mm-hmm.
And you did that. This is a marvelous example of that. And the support that you got from your family is obviously real important. One of our guests today was going to be Will Smith's dad, and one of the things that I think Will Smith Sr. And
well, hopefully we'll have him on next week.
Exactly.
We're going to try for a live show.
But it's another case in point of a very supportive family and what can come out of that kind of thing.
He's very close.
And without it, it's you want to talk about the things that happen without it. Talk to my good friend Danny Bonaducci, who obviously tells me that he grew up with wolves, and that resulted in some difficulties for him. So. That's a testimony to your good parents.
Absolutely. I used to, it's funny that you say that, I used to put on shows. We had a big fireplace with a mantle, and it was almost like a mini stage, and we put curtains up behind it, and we would sit there and sing and take little books that were easy to read and pretty much make up our own musicals. And we'd make the whole family, when they came for gatherings, sit down and watch the whole thing.
And you haven't stopped since.
Yeah. I haven't.
That's
I just keep going. Attention hog.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say to Stephanie Dawkins is good luck on your enterprise. Obviously, as you try to expand it, and you're a lovely lady and with a great idea, apparently.
And absolutely. So I'd like to. I'm sure there's many listeners that are wanting to know how they can reach you. So, I mean, I'm sure you offer your services at a
Definitely.
charge, and I'm sure that when you have events, they may want to know how to find out about them and you know, how to buy tickets, all that.
Definitely.
So how can they?
So, as far as keeping in touch and everything, definitely can follow me on Twitter. It's Steph Dawkins, STEPHDAWKINS. So it's Steph Dawkins.